It's been a while since I did the actual Just Some Guys.
Right. Sorry about that. I'll try and post more just to keep you on your mojo. Just to keep your mojo up, man.
I have never struggled with that hard.
The struggle that's just parked up at your house. I was like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Man. So yeah, just some guys play back with it again. Anthem, right?
Yeah, Anthem.
Anthem Demo?
Yeah, Anthem Demo. Again, this is still an open discussion. Also, if you want to join in the discussion, feel free to pop into the comments. Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
People love it when they get challenged to prove somebody wrong. Like, oh my God, yes, this is what I've been waiting for all day.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I got some Storm gameplay in the back. And yes, that's me playing. Yes, I'm that bad. Anyway, moving on.
Holy shit. So, yeah, so you were saying that Anthem was getting more hate than you felt it deserved.
Yeah. Because, for what it is, this isn't a bad game at all.
Right.
And so many people say that. So many people say, hey, this isn't really a bad game. A lot of people also said, you shouldn't pre-order if you haven't already. And I agree with that, actually. If you're gonna pre-order, wait till the free demo. Because you'll still get your pre-order rewards, but at the same time, you'll be able to understand whether or not this kind of game is for you. Me, I've been with Warframe, with Destiny. I've been with millions of games that have had a rougher start than they needed. Yeah, no, I'm fine with this. Wait, stop! I just want to electrocute you.
Okay, so I'm apparently supposed to be finding a thing here, but that thing, is up here. If I can climb.
At some point, I might go back and try a fire build, but I don't want to stress test leaving and coming back into this just right now.
Man.
But yeah, this game gets a lot. This game is getting a lot of flack. In fact, it's getting more flack than normal for a game that's not actually out yet.
Wow.
Just being honest. I'm just being honest here. Come on.
Man.
But yeah. Moving on to topic 2 of our discussion.
Alright.
At what point would you consider yourself a hardcore gamer versus a casual gamer?
Oh man, listen. Okay, so first things first, I don't really like hardcore versus casual like titles, because it just seems really trivial to me. Like, like why?
I mean, I understand why it exists, because you're saying casual gamers and hardcore gamers play games completely differently.
Yeah, that's true. But like at the same time, like, why does it matter? Like, the point of a video game is just to have fun. Even if you play horror games, which, God bless you. Just like, the point of a video game is just to have fun, and if, like, the main reason why I'm saying that is because I see a lot of, like, quote-unquote casual gamers getting derided by quote-unquote hardcore gamers, and like it's a form of gatekeeping. Like you're just gonna call someone a casual gamer just so you can write them off as somehow being like worse at a certain game than you, or worse at games in general than you, or like not as good of a gamer as you are, or something like that. Like I don't get all the title bullshit. I don't understand it. But I mean, there is merit to, like, okay, for instance, most people I'm assuming would define a casual gamer versus a hardcore gamer as, like, the hardcore gamer plays video games more often, right? So, they would be like, I don't know, casual gamer maybe, I don't know, 5-10 hours a week, casual gamer, like, 20 plus hours a week. Well, no, actually, I'd say 30 to 40 plus hours a week. Because 2 days is 48 hours, so, you know, in a 7-day week. What about you, though? What would you consider a casual versus a hardcore gamer? Like, where does the line fall?
Now, you know me. I was raised playing a lot of video games.
Right.
So I often consider myself a hardcore gamer.
Now, see, I have the opposite perspective. I was raised playing video games, mostly because in the area that we grew up in, my parents weren't really too cool with me going outside and playing, just because of all the neighborhood influence. So they got me video games. My very first system was GameCube. And like that was my first exposure to video games outside of like my friends' Game Boy Advance and like my other friends on 360. Like when I played like a couple of times a piece. Like once a piece. This was my first actual personal exposure to games. Was the Nintendo GameCube. And ever since like from there it was like the PS2, then it was the PS3. And then it was the PS4, then it was the Xbox One, then back to the PS4 where I am now. So, like, I've been playing games pretty consistently for the past, really since I was a kid. Like, it's always kind of been a part of my life, but I would consider myself a casual gamer nowadays because of the fact that I just don't get to play games much anymore. Like, we have pretty much the same schedule, you and I.
Just about, yeah.
Just about. But you still kind of fill your free time with like music and anime and other things like that, but most of the time I hit you up, you're probably going to be playing a game. Whereas most of the time you hit me up, I'm probably going to be on YouTube or finally catching up in the end of House and Ultimate or House and Ultimate or something.
Speaking of House and Ultimate, right here in front of all these people. Yeah, no, we'll do that another time. Anyway.
Yeah, we're doing that another time. So yeah,
see, I always considered... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's other places to draw the line, too. Like, for example, you could say a hardcore gamer is someone... Hang on.
Well, while he's doing that, I wonder. I bring up this topic purely because I see a lot of hardcore, a lot of casual gamers have a heavy influence on gaming and are ruining gaming. And I don't know about that. Holy jeez, I just annihilated those little lemur things. Oof. His arm is the jet. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. thought there would be other people. Yeah, I just haven't seen them. Also, I like that his shield is a more of a physical shield. Yeah, I think this might be my first javelin when the actual game comes out. This or the interceptor, because if you see my interceptor, you know I shred with that thing. Huh.
Okay.
Welcome back, friend.
Alright. Huh.
Welcome back. Anyway, back to our discussion. I bring it up because I don't think like there's a good discussion on what is a hardcore gamer versus
Versus casual one?
yeah. And here's the thing, I don't think it's as simple as some people think it is. Not specifically
okay,
you,
so
but
how would you define it then?
well, I think a hardcore gamer is just someone who slams time into it, or takes games 10 million times more seriously than anyone else.
Seriously than they should be.
I think it's more of a mentality.
Okay.
Someone who's willing to see, hey, I just spent hours learning to do something completely new, analyzing and problem solving, and I think that's really cool and interesting.
Huh. Even if they might say it in different words.
Yeah.
That's essentially the mentality.
That's the mentality that I'm thinking. And here's why and I can understand why they might think, hey, casual gamers are bad, because
a lot of don't take that same amount of time and investment.
No, it's because the industry reflects a lot of casual gamers coming into gaming by making things a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Because that's how the industry works. Go where the money is, right?
Right.
If a bunch of people trying out your game are casual gamers, then you're gonna want your casual gamers to have more fun than the hardcore. They're gonna be there, but you can't guarantee
more fun, because you still need the money from the hardcore gamers too. But you just want to make it as accessible to as many different people as possible. And if the majority of your money is coming from new gamers that are coming into a franchise or coming up to a new IP and being like, hey, that looks fun, you want to make it as accessible for where you're going to get the most money out of. for the casual gamers as opposed to the hardcore gamers that there might not be as many of, but those are basically dedicated dollars.
Here's the thing: they can already count on the hardcore gamers being there.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, so yeah. But here's the thing: they're gonna with things being super streamlined and things made a lot easier. Wouldn't that feel a little insulting to you?
I mean, it depends on what I was expecting, or if I had an expectation to begin with.
Let's take my favorite and least favorite example ever, Monster Hunter World. A lot of people say that's the Monster Hunter meant for casuals.
Really?
Yeah. But here's why.
Oh, you kind of shit.
And here's why, and I understand. And after looking into this argument, I understand it a bit more.
Okay.
You've played Monster Hunter World, right? We've even played it on stream. I remember.
Yeah.
For instance, things like whetstones. They had to find those. We automatically have whetstones.
Oh,
just
yeah,
infinitely.
They're on infinite use too. Yeah.
Could you imagine hunting for those?
Oh man. No, I honestly couldn't.
Like a lot of Monster Hunter World is like that. It's been streamlined to make it a bit easier, to make it a bit more attractive for the casual audience.
Huh. Well then.
The hardcore gamers aren't just people obsessed. I think they're just the people willing to put in the time, put in the effort, and be satisfied with what they've done.
I was hearing an argument in favor of Horizon Zero Dawn because it released like what, 2 years ago, something like that.
Something like that.
And this person was weighing up the question of, is this game still everything? Like, is this game basically still worth the purchase after 2 years, after the hype has died down for it, and stuff like that? And his answer was basically yes, simply because of the fact that, the game still has, like, it's complex, but it's not, like, out of reach complex. If you, there's a lot to unpack in the game, and if you're willing to take the time to do so, then you can, and it will reward you for doing so. As opposed to just having an extremely simple system, and it being the only thing that presents to it. There's no option for complexity.
Keep it up.
It's kind of a similar thing to that. Whereas,
I'm maybe getting sent back to Fort Tarsis. If we end up on an infinite loading screen, we're just gonna keep talking, guys. Just so you know.
Oh man.
Here's the thing. It'd be difficult to imagine. Warframe is the perfect example, actually. Imagine getting as far as we have in Warframe.
Yeah.
And then they change it so that you can unlock primes by doing a single mission.
Oh my god.
How would you feel about that?
Man, that, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, that would actually suck.
Yeah. I think that's the difference between a casual and a hardcore there. We've both done the grind for things like Prime Warframes and Warframe and weapons and such. If they made it easier and streamlined it for people who wanted it to be easier, you couldn't have really positive emotions about that, could you?
Nah, because I mean it takes away from the essence of what it's supposed to be. And I guess that's the argument that a lot of Monster Hunter World players are making. Is it takes away from what makes it a Monster Hunter World game. Is supposed to be that struggle, that like started from the bottom, now we're here sort of mentality.
And that's how people are feeling about games in general.
Huh.
If you grew up
supposed to be incredibly complex struggle fest? Because Warframe is complex. There is a lot to unpack there.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Not a lot of it is easily explained to you. They give you, like, they basically give you the tools to build a staircase to get from point A to point B. And then just say, hey, here, build any kind of staircase you want. But I don't even know what this tool does. Build the staircase!
It's just the conversation with gaming as a whole. People learn to play games for a long period of time, and then suddenly they wake up and find, hey, that game you really liked that was actually really difficult for you to learn. People have learned it in 5 seconds now, and that's not a comforting feeling.
Yeah, you feel cheated. Anyone would feel cheated. It's like, wait, what? What?
That's the conversation a lot of people are having.
Yeah. Me too, boys. Let's get it.
A lot of this game are the really cool abilities. Kind of like a certain other game I know. but this is great. Hey. This is an enemy. It's an enemy storm. You're left on the ground, loser. I'm gonna be in the ground soon. That wasn't a friendly source, was it? Methinks no is the right answer for that question.
No, it shoots through walls.
Oh, so lightning can combo with lightning. That's actually pretty interesting. The comboing system in Anthem is actually really cool. If you don't know the comboing system in Anthem, honestly, I feel like it should be in a lot more games, but mixing up certain elements can create bigger damage.
Oh man.
And it's not just between one player.
Yes, you can combo moves between, like, in co-op, you can combo moves between different people.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Also, yes, we will likely be back with more Anthem gameplay with the free demo. And Deus has promised he will grace us with his presence.
Yes. Yes, I will. Now, I should clarify. I didn't promise anything.
You promised me off camera a couple times.
Say what? I did what?
Yeah, you did.
Search my memory.
Your memory just doesn't work. It's like a PS2 without a memory card. You don't remember. You just don't. It doesn't work that way.
Good God. Oh, man. Alright.
Also, in case you're wondering, the storm is really cool. I don't think I gave him the best moves yet. And I haven't customized them at all. And the interceptor is still, you know, GG, but the storm is really cool. Storm just makes you feel powerful.
I'm going to deliver death into the head of someone that deserves it, likely. I feel like I shouldn't be going this way. Hell no. Oh, that's better.
It's like the love child of Zeus and Odin.
Jeez. Love child of the two most powerful gods in two different mythologies. Over here, yes there is. Is there anyone nearby here? Yes there is. There's you, and oh my god. Holy crap.
Alright. On to our next topic.
Uh-huh.
When do you think violence in video games is too much? Because, not surprisingly, since Mortal Kombat is releasing another game.
Oh, that topic is coming up again, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we're in for it this time, boy. We are in for it this time.
Like this is always a topic as soon as Mortal Kombat releases a game, because oh my god, the game is so violent. I don't understand how you can play it, so that anyway. When do you think enough violence is enough?
You know, I gotta admit that's a real good question. Because I mean, personally, like myself, personally. It's never really bothered me. Like, it never really has.
Does violence video games as a whole never bothered you?
Not really, no. And I don't know if that says anything about me as a person, or what that would say about me as a person in general, but, like, it's never really been an issue for me. Like, it's never, like, desensitized me to real-world events or the tragedy of other people's lives or anything like that. Like, it hasn't affected me as a person.
To be fair, me either. I've seen some pretty violent video games. Mortal Kombat also, you know, making that list.
Right. I mean, and especially in the recent entries, holy crap. And just the photorealism alone is just ridiculous.
But I've
like, yeah, and it's never really bothered me that much.
See, I've always been one who's heavily into, you know, setting the boundary between fiction and reality.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I've watched some really messed up stuff in games. I've seen people be disemboweled. Disemboweled.
Jeez. Well, that's fucked up. Not gonna lie, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but it's not something. That's not something that is gonna completely. This is not something that's gonna be like, oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah.
How could you?
Right.
Children play this. Also, if your children are playing these games, then
Guys,
it is not the
okay,
game's
listen.
problem. It is yours, and you are bad influence on what kids should be watching.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, if your kids are playing these games, that's not the kids' fault. I mean, it kind of is, because maybe they went around you to try and to do some shit, but like, no, like, there's a reason that these games have like age warnings and labels and all these other types of things. Like, you're supposed to be setting standards for like, okay, you. Then wait until they're old enough to actually decide that they can actually pick up a game that has that doesn't have that label on it anymore. Until then, you know, I'm sorry.
Anthem crashed, by the way. It finally crashed after having all that fun.
Oh man. Well, if I'm poisoned, I don't know what I'm gonna do. God damn it.
But yeah. I've never really seen something now kind of too much violence in a video game.
I mean, I've seen some things where I've jokingly gone, okay, that's a bit over the top. Specifically in Mortal Kombat. But, like, I would never, like, because some people go to, like, extreme lengths for these things. They sign petitions. They petition lawmakers. Like, come on, man. It's not that serious. It's really not. A question I often hear asked with this discussion a lot of the time is, would you allow, or would you be trying to enforce these same regulations for, like, movies or books or TV shows? And if the answer is no, then kind of just admit your hypocrisy on this one. Like, it's not. Like, another thing of it is people have trouble admitting their faults whenever and wherever they come up. And it's like, it's okay to admit, yeah, okay, I took a wrong position on this. I may have overreacted a little bit. It's fine. Like, and if you actually can be one of these people that comes out and is just able to just admit that they were wrong, or admit that their position wasn't the position that it should have been, then, you know, you come off looking a little bit better for it, because you come off looking like a more serious person that actually cares about the ideals that they hold and is not just reacting because out of shock value or something like that, you know?
Right.
What do you do with fire damage? Let's see how you deal with that. Have fun with that.
Yeah, did you have topics you want to discuss? Because I've just been going.
I would really like to know, and this is more honestly for, like, honestly, all of these are open to the audience, but, like, can we just talk about microtransactions for a second? Like, are they a good thing? Are they a bad thing overall? And, like just general opinions on microtransactions. Because there's, like, two sides to this coin.
See, it's interesting. I never viewed microtransactions nearly as badly as a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I spent money on GTA. I've spent money on Warframe.
Right.
I have no problem spending money on something that I'm enjoying.
Right.
And if that helps the company while we're at it, then I feel like that's an added bonus. Especially if it's something you really, really enjoy. Which is why I'm not freaking out about microtransactions in Anthem. I'm just being tentative about it.
Because, see, there's a genuine problem, I think, with the kind of microtransactions you can have in specifically MMOs. Like, I get it, the studio needs to make their money. If, like, for example, you're offering, like, a free-to-play game, and, like, Warframe is a great example of how microtransactions can still make you money without necessarily hindering gameplay, or without necessarily creating, like, a paywall of sorts. Because in Warframe, you have mostly cosmetic microtransactions. They're mostly for cosmetic purposes. Things like Tenogen, things like deluxe skins, things like that. Things that you have the option to pay real-world money for an in-game currency to purchase that just makes your character or gun or sword or whatever it is look different. Make it look a little cooler. Might make it look a little dumber if that's what you're into. Maybe a little geekier, something like that. A little scarier. Man, it's a cosmetic thing. What I don't think Digital Extremes is ever going to do, and because if they do, their fans will likely riot, myself included, is say, I don't know, allow you to pay platinum for, like, which is their in-game which is their kind of in-game, like, premium currency, by the way, is platinum. Allow you to pay platinum for, say, I don't know. But, like, okay, Warframe is basically structured in a way that prevents paywalling. Like, I don't even see a feasible way that they could do it, because they have to balance out everything that they put in the game to make sure, like, that's just kind of what they do. They're just kind of against paywalling in general. Like, they don't have it structured in the game. It's not part of anything. There's no, like, the Platinum Shop isn't like a place where you can go and just buy a thing and then boom, I've won Warframe. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, you could maybe make the argument with their newest character, Garuda, that you've won Warframe, but no, it doesn't work that way. Because you still have to level it up, you still have to go through the grind like everybody else, and most of their premium options are just cosmetic. Whereas I heard, and again, I'm getting like a good majority of the information from a YouTube channel called Clean Prince Gaming. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's not clear. I can't be bothered to check right now, but really good YouTube channel. Check him out if you get the chance. He does a bunch of analysis videos and different things like that. And one of the things that he was pointing out was the fact that there were people that basically he had gained access to some code in the game which basically made it clear that there was going to be a guaranteed like pay-to-win system introduced in Fallout 76, similar to the way that they introduced it in Black Ops 4, which was they kind of did away with microtransactions for the first, I don't know, month or so, and then after the game was out, after the reviews were out, then they threw in the microtransactions. And these are like, because Warframe is different. Warframe is mostly PvE, right?
Yep.
Most of the PvP, like, you don't hear a lot about it. You don't hear a lot about Conclave, which is their PvP mode.
It exists. It does.
It exists, we swear. But most of what happens, and most of what people are commenting on, most of what people are talking about, is the PvE stuff. It's the player versus enemy content in the game. And that literally has to be, but there's no paywall option for them, unless they just want their entire in-game economy to crash. They want their player base to tank. Like, they just can't go that route, even if they wanted to, which I'm pretty sure they don't.
It would kind of betray their players. But here's the thing. Warframe pulls in a lot of money. Right? Hello? I think his mic turned off, actually. Huh. They are.
Alright, I'm back. Here I am. I think I called away to do something right quick, and my character kind of drowned in the water. I forgot I left her underwater.
You left her to literally drown. All-time high, friend. All-time high.
Holy shit.
But yeah, like I was saying, monetization in games like Warframe, it works really well by simply giving people a reason to spend money.
Yeah.
There is not a single thing you can do in Warframe that you can. There's not a single thing you can buy that's gonna make you able to just snap your fingers and you get to the highest stuff. You get to.
I was just thinking of that when you said reason for buying it, because paying to win is a reason. That's a legitimate reason for purchasing the thing. You buy the thing to be overpowered. Like, that's the reason right there. That's beginning, middle, and end. So, I mean, all of these things come with an innate reason, but the reasoning here is different, right? It's not,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to buy this, snap your fingers, and you win the game. It's, you buy this, maybe you look cooler, maybe, you know, you get access to a Warframe faster than you would if you were grinding for it. Maybe you get your Warframe out of the foundry faster than you would if you were grinding for it. Like those kind of things. Drop this down here before I get caught up in another fight that I don't want to be in. Because he's level 23. I'm not about that life. No thank you. No thanks. So yeah, just like, and also, one, like, okay, if you think microtransactions are gonna make your game look bad, because like, people are complaining of microtransactions in games, like, for example, where they've already specifically paid for something and they don't think they're going to have to spend any more money in order to enjoy the experience. Like, microtransactions, in my opinion, become a problem, because I don't have a problem with, you know, throwing a little extra money somebody's way if they're providing me a product that I enjoy. However, if I've already paid $60 for a game, and then the game is implicitly saying that, or the game developers are implicitly implying that in order to adequately enjoy this gaming experience, I need to cough up more money. That's gonna be a bit of a problem.
Yeah. But see, also, I'm gonna put this out there real quick. Actually, I'm gonna put two things out there real quick. One, the developers in Anthem said that the only things that you would have to pay for would be cosmetic, and I hope they stick to that.
Yeah, that's great.
And they might release DLC, but I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. And two,
well, see, now there you go. That's cool.
And two, data mining is not good for gaming.
Huh. That's a hot take if I ever saw one.
I'm sorry, it's not.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
We can move on to that, or we can handle this now. You want to handle this now? Cause I can do it. I can do it to him.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right, data mining and data miners, they feel like.
No, like I was saying, jump into this now because I feel like we're gonna have pretty much the same opinion on this. So this is gonna be a relatively short one.
No, that's what I'm doing. I want to get to it now.
Yeah.
So, data miners and data mining, it feels really good for us a lot of times because then we know what's coming.
Right.
But it's not great for the game in the whole, because then there's no way to plan something new or surprising.
Because the second new information comes out, it's just like, oh hey, wow, this has already been released. Like, we're gonna release this new thing. Oh wait, what do you mean they already knew about it like 5 weeks in advance? What do you mean data mining?
See, data mining is and I know a lot of people already know what data mining is, but I feel like they need to state it to help state my case. Data mining is the practice of looking through past updates or for small bits of information that were put in to help future updates.
In some cases, a lot of data miners even look through the game's code to find things that the developers would otherwise want hidden. For surprise purposes, for they might be like debugging something for a future release, you know, and making sure that it's accessible. and just fully playable. I mean, it's like, but you know, it could be like a surprise that they were working on, you know, that they were planning on putting together a press release for and announcing in a couple of weeks. And now, the data miner has just gone through, looked through the code and said, oh hey, this thing is coming out. They may or may not have all the bug details worked out, and they may or may not have like other things, like different code in place to tell different things in the game. They may or may not have all this, but the main thing of it is that now it's just kind of out there now, and there's no way to plan for that.
Also, it ruins one of the game maker's very few things that they can do, which is build up hype and build up excitement for things.
Yeah.
Because imagine, well, actually, nope, you don't even have to imagine it. Way back in 2010, on Warframe of all things, there was a notorious data miner who would go through and tell everybody, hey, this is coming out, this is coming out, this is coming out. And he mistakenly released Prime information for brand new Prime Warframes and weaponry.
Ooh.
He data mined that, and he put it out there for everyone to know. See, the main problem with that is that Warframe loves to feed on excitement. And that's one of the things that a lot of people love about Warframe. A lot of things can make it exciting. You don't know what's about to happen.
Right.
And then once that's ruined, once that's taken away, the whole thing's different. And that also kills a bit of people who are like, hey, you know what? They're coming out with a Prime something or another. I'm gonna go jump back into this game, see if I like it. Whether they do or don't, they might just stay back.
Whereas if they know what Prime is going to be released, it's just like, oh, I don't even want that Prime. I'm not even bother jumping back into the game.
And there are people other than the people working at DE who make livings on this game, on Warframe. Like a lot of Ten artists. By the way, they do amazing jobs. I hope they do something like Ten for Anthem, because that would just be freaking wild.
Man.
But yeah, data mining's not great for gaming.
I mean, yeah, like I said, we have pretty much the exact same opinion here.
Yeah, I thought we might. It's just, you ever just get the urge to state it? You gotta say it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it to him.
You had to do it to him. Oh, man.
Alright. Ah! Oh shit. You got it? You got another one?
No. Not really. Not right now. Nothing that I can really think of.
Alright. I'm gonna... Might as well, you wanna do in closing? Well, actually...
Okay, like, because I'm trying to think of something that can, like, kind of tie together everything we talked about. Basically, just don't be dicks to each other, support the things you enjoy, and, like, don't be dicks to developers either, because you would be surprised how hard their jobs actually freaking are. Like, I've never actually designed a game before. But I did take a small class way back in high school, showing how some of that code was put together, And there's a reason that the video games we have out right now take literal teams to develop. Like, not just one person sitting down on a computer and typing code into a computer. No. You need a sound design team. You need animation teams. You need concept art teams, like art teams, to do like concept art and different like designs and things like that. You need all of these things to make your favorite experiences come together. So don't be dicks to the guys whose literal job it is to provide you with this entertainment. Don't data mine, don't, like, you know, screw up their hard work. But also, don't give them a pass. Because that YouTuber that I mentioned before, Clean Prince Gaming, he mentioned something called the Bethesda Pass. Which was, like, you know, all of us being okay with stuff being, with there being bugs and there being, like, broken shit in the game, in whatever game it was, because, oh, it's Bethesda, they do that, that's what they do. Like, no. If you are going after a game, and it's supposed to work, it should work when it's out.
Yeah.
And no studio should be exempt from this.
If this was launched, then this would be a different story with me and Anthem. But again,
Right.
this is the first beta. And with all the rocky releases recently, this isn't even something to sweat.
Do you remember Override?
Yeah.
God, do you remember how broken a mess that was?
Yeah. I went back and played with a friend of mine, like, fairly recently. It's not much better, but it has gotten better. Things land a bit more frequently. Also, guys, let me just put this out there, because this has been the video for at least 30 minutes. I've been sitting here, quote-unquote, connecting to online services on the
Jesus
Anthem homepage.
Christ.
Yeah, no, remember when I told you it crashed?
Yeah.
It sent me back to the homepage. And we've been here for about 30 minutes.
Good God.
I didn't play this game at all on the first day. And I had no problem with it, because I realized this is first instance being out in the world. This isn't the final copy, and stuff's gonna happen. We can't always just pretend that everything's gonna be perfect when we know it's not going to be.
Right.
I'm giving this a pass because this is the demo. This is the first demo. On the next demo, on the free demo, I expect this to be better.
As do I, because I mean, I've seen so many complaints already. And I'm like, oh boy, what's it gonna be like when I get my hands on it?
See, no, that's the problem. That's what I was talking about earlier. Now you have lower expectations for the game, right?
Not necessarily. Like, I'm taking. Well, okay, this is me personally. I'm weighing both sides. I'm weighing the critiques and the compliments, and trying to give each of them their own merit. Like, okay, this is a critique, this is a compliment, and etc. etc. Like a pros and cons, right? And yeah. So, like, I'm not necessarily lowering my expectations, because there are still things that I hope the game will do in terms of gameplay. However, I'm also keeping in mind that it might be a while before I get to see it do those things because of the complaints that have been made.
Now, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I'm really excited with how they worked on this during the demo, because on the first day there was no one that was even getting in. Even the Anthem game Twitch page, who was trying to stream this game, could not get into their game.
Yeah.
And by the second day, I was able to play most of the day on Anthem. Yeah, I know, that's really funny though. You messed up so bad you can't get into your own game. But yeah,
Man.
I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for a lot of games. I'm excited for gaming.
Yeah.
And guys, you know what? That's going to be our discussion for this week. I think we're going to try to do this a bit more often, to sit down, relax, and talk. What do you think?
Yeah. We might pick a game going forward that we both can play. So
Yeah.
it might be like a calm, sort of chill out game. Like we might pick something like stupid, like I don't know.
Portal Knights is an option.
Portal Knights, yeah, like we might pick something like that. Like honestly, that game looks like it was designed for children, but like it's a great game. Honestly, it's nice and fun. You can just sit back and just chill. It's like Minecraft meets, I don't know,
Minecraft
Roblox.
2. It's like Minecraft 2. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Basically. And yeah, it's basically like that. So yeah, that might be like our discussion game. If you see that up, we might just be talking about some random bullshit that day. And we invite you guys to come and join in the discussion. Feel free to post comments to this video. If there's anything that you thought we should have talked about that maybe we can get to next time, or you know, just anything. Like, just say what's up. You know.
Feel free to do the whole like and subscribe thing. I'm not going to tell you to do it, but you know, if you want to, if you want to see more of us more often, do that.
I'm sorry, we have got to be like one of the very few YouTubers that doesn't hammer its viewer base on the like and subscribe, comment. Oh my god. I'm sorry, does that annoy the hell out of anybody else?
It annoys the life out of me.
That's a topic for another day.
We're bringing that to our next discussion. But anyway, that's been us. It's been a great time. It's been a great time talking with you all. And from all of us here to you, we are just some guys.